Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, ColoradoReinsman. Well, I'm coming to you. I know you guys haven't heard from me for a while, and this is probably going to be one of the first videos. Maybe got a few to catch up on, but we are coming from our new facility in Erie, Colorado. We've been moving for the last couple months and rebuilding this facility, but I'm standing here in our nice indoor arena at Spirit Heart Ranch. So all my videos that say Mustang River Ranch, they're all now going to be saying Spirit Heart Ranch. So you're going to really see some neat stuff around here. This place, we are going to do a little video and introduce you to it. But I wanted to get back to some horse work, and you're going to see some of our old favorites, one of them being Miss Shiloh right here. She had a little bit of a vacation during the move, but we're getting her back to work, and I wanted to kind of start doing some updates on her. And she's had to get used to this arena, you know, where she was working outside fine before. Now we're in an indoor arena. There's some lighting, there's little dark areas here. So she's trying to get, you know, over the idea that she's in a big enclosed space. But she's starting to get there. Well, I've already done a little bit of a warm-up this morning, so now I'm going to go back to where we were a while ago and do some pad work. Now, we've had a surcingle on her with absolutely no problem, and I'm going to show you a video where the morning that I decided, well, I guess I better get a surcingle on, was the morning that we got her chiropractic adjusted. And my chiropractor uses an equissage machine, which you have to cinch up and have a breast collar on to keep it up in one place. So I thought we might want to get her over a cinch. So we put a surcingle on. It was like she'd had it on her whole life. Put that equissage machine on, which is pretty good size and fairly heavy, and she just didn't mind at all. We got her adjusted. Her hips were out from having foals. She had that kind of mare pelvis thing going on where her pelvis was rotated. You'll see that maybe even before this video, but we got her adjusted. She's moving a lot better now. She's handling these pads really well. So I am going to do something that I haven't done with her yet, and I'm going to introduce her to a saddle. Right, Missy? So I'm going to walk over here and grab my old weight saddle. It's my Colt starter. And I'm just going to bring it out here with me. And I'm going to let her smell that, and then I'm going to walk away. And she's going to kind of pack that pad around. Now, she's been a little bit more tense than she really needs to be, and that's because we've gone to a new place. We're in an indoor arena for the first times, and so she's kind of said, well, that's a lot for me to accept, but that's okay. See, I can touch her with this saddle. She kind of smells it. She said, that's not that bad. Good girl. I don't foresee an issue with her, but if she does have an issue, who cares? Really. I mean, the mare overcomes everything I ask of her. I'm just going to toss this lead rope up here, work that saddle pad a little bit, and I'm just going to pick up this saddle and set it on her back and take it off. Good girl. You's a baby. Who's a big baby? Yes, ma'am. Now, when you guys look at those first videos of how wild this horse was, and then you see where she's at now, what about that? What do you say? There's a saddle on your back. Because I don't care. I've had worse. Well, this is kind of crazy. Yes, ma'am, I know. Now, she could just take off and dump my saddle and make it a real ugly mess. And that's life. But right there, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Now, one thing I have on this saddle that I haven't had on her in any way before is a back cinch. So, and we've got stirrups hanging down that can kind of bump her and cause her to get a little excited. Do I think she's going to break in half? I'd almost bet money on it not, but, you know, don't ever underestimate things. Good girl. Good girl. She is trusting me. My God, this horse has given me a lot of trust. Aren't you? And that's what I've worked all this time for, so I don't want to do anything that would cause her to lose that trust. Good girl. Yes, I know. I know, Missy. I know. So I'm just going to take it real slow. One thing I will do is just drape that lead rope under my arm so if she does take off, at least I can bend her around a little bit. She'll dump my saddle all over if I don't get it cinched, but she won't get the panic. Okay, so right here, this is where the things get tricky. I'm going to cinch that up just a little bit. Make sure I'm not pulling any hair. Cinch that up just a little bit. That's tight enough right there that it won't flop underneath. Was a baby. Was a big girl. Now, some people just starting to watch my videos on my channel, I'd like you to go back to unloading day, go back to the intro to leading and first time out on the trail, walking down the trail, and get an idea where this horse was. And see how standing still like this is really a powerful thing. I'm going to make sure her mane's not pulling underneath that saddle pad. Now here's the tricky part. She never had too much back here. And I'm going to just have that loosely cinched right there. What'd you say, Mama? What'd you say? If this girl breaks in half, she is going to come to me, and I have to get out of the way because she's going to be looking at me. She's going to want to know why I'm not saving her from this big scary thing, and I've got to explain to her that please don't jump up and down on my old head. Good girl. Good girl. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn her and get her to step off and feel that saddle for the first time. Come on. Good girl. I want her to step around and feel that saddle. Feel that saddle and step. See, she's a little nervous about it. Just step and walk. I'm going to keep my eye on her. We go way out here. I'm here. And that's why you don't underestimate your horses. Pretty nice little bucks there. And that's why you don't underestimate them. She's a good girl. And see, it's this back here. But she's just going to have to get over that now. She's just going to have to get over that. Good girl. Good girl. I know. That was a scary deal, wasn't it? None the worse for wear now. brain to get out of that panic mode and say, I'm here with you, I'm here. Don't be afraid. She clicked the switch. You could see her eyes quit glazing over. And she said, okay, man, I'm with you. And that's why you don't just saddle them up and let them go. Because they'll crash into the railing, they'll feel on their own. You don't want to let them do that. You don't want them to feel like they're on their own. You got to let them feel like they're with you and that you're there and that you are their point of calm leadership. Break that cycle in their brain of fear and running away and bucking and getting rid of stuff. Good girl. Look how calm she is right now. See, she felt that back cinch. I have at least a hand distance. I could have probably loosened that up one more notch to make it safer for her, but I didn't. So is it her fault, my fault? She might have bucked feeling it with it looser, but you know, I got a good hand distance. I don't like to get it too low there because then they get their foot caught up in there if they get really stupid. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, I see you. You're a wild old horse. You're a wild old horse. Look at that. She's feeling the strings touch her. She's feeling the stirrups bump her. See, I've noticed working with her over here, she's been a little bit more tense with all this change. And good girl. Second time, this is not going to be an issue. Would you just move? She sure looks good under saddle, though. Yes, ma'am. I know this is scary stuff, isn't it? This is scary stuff. It's all that tightness, that cinch on you, the saddle pad. I know. This horse is powerful. I know. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, I don't want her getting going too fast. I'm going to take her out here. She's kind of pushing on me, pulling on me. I'm going to let her know you're not on her own right here. You extend her out a little bit, pick her up, she's starting to relax. Good girl. Get her back down to a trot. Excellent. Young lady, that's very good. That's very good. That's very good, young lady. Now, I've only cinched her up once. Good girl. Good girl. And I can tell. Would you stop? I can tell that cinch is a little loose. So I want to make sure that it does not slip up underneath her. Very good. Very good, young lady. I'm going to ask her to back up. Ask her to move her shoulder. Good girl. I didn't ask her to trot. Pick her up. Now I'm going to put her to work for a few minutes. and then we're going to call it quits. There's a lot for her to absorb. Yes, I know. Oh. He said, oh man, good girl. Good girl. See, she's starting to relax a little bit. Starting to get soft. So don't be discouraged because the first time your horse gets the saddle on, it blows up. You put the saddles on 2, 3, 4, 5 times till they don't blow up anymore. And then you got to work on, well, hell, first time they get on it. Hey, I might have to ride something on this horse. She's going to be a wonderful horse, but I might have to ride something out on her first time I get on her. That's not going to be my best idea, but if I do, that's what I got to do. You're all right, Mama. Go through the middle here. I know. And change. Move the shoulder. Do the exercises that you've taught her. And get her doing the stuff that she knows when you've added this new situation to her. And then she'll start understanding there's only just one thing different. And now she's got a big dead cow strapped to her back. There's a baby. See, it's almost inevitable if I would bet money, because I'm apparently a terrible gambler in real life, that if I bet money they won't buck, of course they're going to buck. There's been horses I thought were going to break in half, and they acted like they'd had a saddle on their entire life. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So she's loosened up a little bit. Good girl. Now I'm going to give her a little trust. Who's your baby? Who's your baby? I'm going to let her have her way with the saddle a little bit now. And see if she can get along with it on her own. There. So now she knows she's just going back to work. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to ask her to trot. Good girl. I'm going to pull her eye right here. No. Come over here. See, she's on her own right now. She's saying, I think I should escape. Never forget you're dealing with a Mustang. Who's a good girl. Come here. Come on. I'm giving her an opportunity not to be on her own. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I know. I'm putting a lot on you, aren't I? I'm asking a lot. Yes, ma'am. I'm asking a lot. So I'm asking her again. Good girl. See, I rewarded her coming out with that. If she gets silly and tries to jump out of the round pin, it's going to be ugly, but she's in the indoors, so we don't have to worry about that. So So that transition to the trot, got it. There we go. Let's see if she can just trot. Baby. Now, the last horse I did, Conager, for my clients, we picked him out down in Canyon City, out of Salt Wells. First time I put a saddle on that horse, it was the second time I worked him, and I rode him. Rode him the second time I worked that horse. Well, this one, he had a certain mentality. Stop! That was unexcusable. Good girl. No. I'm over here. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. Up. Good left again. Her going left right now seems to be her issue. So let's get her moving left. Walk, trot, and canter. Good girl. Make sure I look around that round again. Boy, if I stare at her right now, she's going to jump out. Good girl. I'm over here. Over here. I'm over here. Good girl. Yes, ma'am. She's having to overcome. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Look at you. I know, it's a lot for you. All right. Now, I could just tie her up for about 2 hours, let her get used to the saddle, but it's pretty hot outside. I don't have a good inside spot to do that. But she's overcome enough. We got a lot more work to do on this horse. She's still a wild horse. She's come a long way. We're getting back to work this month, or we've gotten back to work with her this month on a steady basis. So she's starting to overcome these things. Surcing around her doesn't have any problem. She got no problem with just a scent. So it's the weight and the stirrups bagging her and the strings touching her and all that. Well, and guess what? That's what saddles are. So she's just going to have to overcome that stuff. Good girl. But she didn't break in half as hard as some do. And I can bring her out of it. So good girl. Good girl. Okay, well, let's see if we can get this thing off of it. Good girl. Then I'm going to be sure and show the Shiloh second and third saddling and see how she comes along once she figures out that this thing isn't going to kill her. Leading was going to kill her. The halter was going to kill her originally. You saw how she protested with that. She got over that pretty quick. So the saddle, that's a big thing. All right. You know, Mama. Good girl. Well, that wasn't too tragic. She goes, well, I still love you. I
I still love you. Probably love to jump up and down on top of my head. He's a good girl. She's all hot. I think I'm going to take her out and wash her off. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, ColoradoReinsman here at Spirit Heart Ranch, and this is Shiloh, and you're going to see some more from her. And you did pretty good. It was exciting. You didn't give us a boring video, so say goodbye. She says goodbye. Stay tuned.